So welcome to our first of a series of videos where we're going to look at the area that your test could happen when you go to Slough Test Centre. This is mainly aimed at my pupils from EtonDrivingSchool, but I'm quite happy if anybody else wants to watch these videos. I'm not going to be doing test routes. I don't think it's appropriate that I should be, but we are going to look at some of the junctions, roundabouts, roads that you may get in your test, which give you some challenges. Okay, I'm going to talk you through what I'm doing as I'm driving. A lot of this you will find basic, but you might find very useful. So let's get this engine started, put my seat belt on, check round, and we'll start this journey. So we're currently in the car park of Slough Test Centre. And this is where you would start your test, or certainly one of the areas. I'm having a good look round to make sure that there are no pedestrians around that are going to be impacted as I pull away. And off we go. I'm in a car park, so it's right for us to keep our speed down. I'm going to do my very best on this bit of road ahead of me to stay on my left-hand side. Well, there's no road markings. It would be wrong for me to take the centre of the road or even be on the right hand side. I'm going to turn left as I approach. I've got my indicator on. I'm afraid that's habit. There's nobody about to tell, but it certainly doesn't hurt to use it. Entering Waterside Drive, and I'm going to overtake this parked car. I've had a look in my mirrors. I did know what was coming up behind me because I checked before I turned into this road. Traffic lights. On this occasion we're going to turn left. In your test you could be asked to turn left or right. Right would take you into Langley, and left is heading us towards Ivor. So traffic lights, two stop lines here. The first one is for cyclists, the second one is for us. And I'm sitting here and I'm just waiting for these traffic lights to turn green. While I'm waiting, I'm checking my left and right mirrors because I'm looking out for cyclists. There's my green light, and off I go. Checking my new road as I go around this corner, and it's nice and clear. Got a bridge in front of me, which stops my visibility, but I have got clear signs telling traffic not to cross on my side of the road as much as me not crossing on the other. So it should be safe. Got a sign on the left telling me to increase the speed to national speed limit. I'm checking my mirrors, but I'm keeping an eye on this silver car before I build up my speed. He stayed where he is, so I am going to build up my speed. What is the appropriate speed for this road? Well, that's difficult because the national speed limit for this road is 60, but I'm probably not sure that 60 would be appropriate right now. I've got a bend coming up, I've got a warning triangle coming up, so currently I'm doing 50. As I go around the corner, I get a better view of what's happening ahead. It's turning on the right, and I've got a change of speed side coming up. Quick check of my mirrors to see who's behind me as I slow down to bring the car to 40 miles an hour. What I wanted to know is anybody behind me going to be impacted by my change of speed, and do I have to change what I'm going to do? Slow on the road, paint, that's telling me that I may need to adjust my speed. On this occasion I've got good visibility, I don't need to, and we're coming up to the first roundabout today. In your test you could be asked to turn left, or you could be asked to follow the road ahead. On this occasion we're following road signs to Denham, and you can see by the road sign it's a left-hand turn. Checking my mirrors, can't indicate yet because it's a left-hand turn, but now I'm going to put my left-hand indicator on. Watching traffic coming towards me. There's two vehicles waiting to turn right, so it's my job to wait for them. Okay, and after that it's clear, so I'm going to enter the roundabout, enter my new road, and build my speed up. As you can see, there's a change of speed to 15 miles an hour, so again I'm checking my mirrors before I start building my speed up. The van in front of me is accelerating away from me, which is good, that's what I want, so I can increase my speed. A reminder that we're on 50 just to the left here. Okay, and we've got paint on the road telling us the same thing. Currently doing 44 miles an hour, it's adequate. The vehicle in front of me is not going particularly fast, and I need to maintain a gap between me and them. It's a larger gap than I need to. Of course that needs to be a 2-second gap minimum. reason why you can't leave a slightly bigger gap, and I personally prefer a larger gap. It gives me a better view of what's going on ahead of that vehicle in front of me. It gives me lots and lots of time to adjust my speed based on what happens, rather than having to rush. Settling down to 45 miles an hour here. Again, sticking at 45. The gap between me and the vehicle in front is not increasing. In fact, you can see that we've got a situation. The van keeps putting his brake lights on. Change the speed to 40. Check my mirrors. Bring the speed down to 40. And we're just coming up on a roundabout, 5 points roundabout. On this occasion, we've got 5 exits. We're entering one. You could be asked to take any of these exits, but we're taking the exit towards Uxbridge on this occasion. So I'm checking my mirrors, put my right hand indicator on. Vehicles are waiting to get on the roundabout ahead of me, so I'm just going to slow my speed down. I want to try my very best not to stop by doing my observation. I'm looking, and there is an opportunity for me to get on the roundabout, and I didn't stop on that occasion because it was safe for me to do so. Going round, staying where I am. Okay. My indicator is changing to a left-hand indicator. Checking my left-hand mirror as I leave, entering the new road. Speed limit for this road is 40 miles an hour. I was told that before the roundabout, and I haven't been told anything else since. But looking ahead, the vehicle in front of me is slowing down. The reason why they're slowing down is because we've got a change of speed. I'm checking my rear view mirrors, and I'm adjusting my speed down to 30 miles an hour. Vehicle in front of me has stopped, but he's moved out of the way now. I've got a number of pedestrians left and right. That's affecting the decisions I'm making about speed. I've reduced my speed now to 27 miles an hour just so that I can react more safely should things change. Got a zebra crossing in front of me. Difficult to see if anybody's waiting. I've got an opportunity to check to the right. Nobody's waiting, so I can proceed. Just had a shot here at 2 mini roundabouts. We've got a sign on the left hand side telling us about those 2 mini roundabouts, and we're going to be following a sign here for Uxbridge. Park car and checking to make sure a motorbike's not overtaking me. There is room and for me and the car coming towards me, and I'm indicating right. Tell the traffic at the first roundabout I'm turning right. The second roundabout I'm going to turn left, so I will, if I get time, change my indicator. I'm going to go round the dot. Dot's missing on the second roundabout, but I'm turning left. It's safe to do so, so off I go. And I have got a solid white line in the centre of the road here telling me that I must not cross that unless I'm absolutely sure it's safe to do so. And you can see here it's very unlikely that's going to be the situation. When can I cross a solid white line? To overtake a cyclist? Yes, again, as long as you're absolutely safe, it's safe to do so. And any vehicle that is travelling less than 10 miles an hour. If you ever find yourself in one of those situations, do remember that those white lines are there for a reason. So there's a good chance that it won't be safe for you to go round and cross that white line. So stay where you are unless you're absolutely sure. Change of speed coming up to national speed limit. Checking my left and right mirror and my rear view mirror as I build up my speed. What I don't want is someone trying to overtake me as I'm building my speed up. Speed is approaching 50 miles an hour, and this is an extremely bumpy road. So although the national speed limit is 60, I am not going to go any faster than this. These bumps in the road could make it easy for me to lose control of the car. So I'm just maintaining that 50 miles an hour. The van in front of me is slightly slower than me, so I'm going to reduce my speed. Checking my rear view mirror because of the warning triangle on the left. Slowing down, allowing the vehicle in front to do what he needs to do. Okay, and I'm allowing the vehicle to move out of my way, and I'm not swerving round them. There's no need for it. Okay, such action could easily be dangerous. There's a mini roundabout ahead of me. I'm going to be turning right, checking my mirrors, got my right hand indicator. My right hand indicator is to tell anybody approaching that they need to wait for me at the roundabout. The dot is not here easy to see here, but you might just see it's a raised section. Round we go, entering a new road, nice and clear. Parked cars on the left, but there's plenty of room. I'm checking for motorbikes in my right hand mirror. In a 30-mile-an-hour zone. I'm currently doing 24 miles an hour. It's adequate. I don't need to be going any faster. I need to be able to see what's coming around this corner. I need to see what I've done to deal with when I get around this corner. There's a parked car. Checking my mirrors, looking for a motorbike in my right hand mirror, safely going around the parked car. Now I've got a keep clear here. Okay, it's two keep clears, but it is one continuous one. As you can see, there is a white line in front of me right now, and the second white line is after the second keep clear, so that tells me that's a continuous keep clear. I could possibly squeeze between the white car and the second keep clear, but that means I'm going to be very close to the back of that white car. And if he makes a mistake and rolls backwards, he's going to roll back into me. So the safe option is to stay here. By the way, this keep clear is so that large vehicles coming from the right can enter this road when there is a queue of traffic. Large articulated vehicles need to use both sides of the roads to leave that junction. So for us to block this keep clear would be wrong. While I'm waiting for the traffic lights to change, I'm just checking my left and right mirror to make sure that there are no cyclists or motorcyclists coming up on my left or my right that may require me to adjust what I do as I pull away when I get a green light. Got a car overtaking me from the right, not necessarily the right thing for them to do, but I spotted them. Checking my mirrors again, and off I go. I've got a green light. Got a width restriction here. Okay, and I've got a brow to hill, but I'm on traffic lights. As I go over the bump, I've got a second set of traffic lights, and if you can see, there is a white line on the road, and that is for me to stop if the lights go red. They're not going to turn red, I'm going to turn left, so even if they change now, I've got to leave the junction. As I go around this corner, I'm checking out the road ahead of me, and I can see that we've got parked cars on the left and the right. Again, I'm checking for a motorbike in my right hand mirror before I overtake these parked vehicles. I'm taking a central position here. I want the same gap between the left and the right. I want to make sure that if anybody was to open one of these car doors, it's not going to impact me, and I'm not going to impact them. I have got a van coming towards me, so just coming off the gas, I want them to get past these vehicles before I get there. I'm doing my very best not to stop, and it's worked on this occasion. Got a flash of the lights there thanking me for what I did. Not really appropriate use of the lights, but some people use them to say thank you. Be careful how you interpret that flashing lights, because they could be misunderstood very easily. Again, I'm going to take a central position here. Someone getting out of the car on the right, just slow down. I want to know that they've seen me. I'm very intent on what they're doing, so I just go around gently. The road goes round to the left. At the end of the road, I'm going to turn left. This is quite a challenging junction. As we get round this corner, you can see it's a slope. And if I get too close to the left-hand side, I'm going to mount that pavement as I turn left. So I'm going to give myself plenty of room. Almost looks like I'm turning right. My indicator is saying that I'm turning left. As I approach, I'm checking to the right. It's nice and clear. And I'm going to slowly pull into the new road. Under control. Sun getting in my eyes a little bit there. Again, I'm not rushing. I need to know that the road is safe. Now I can build up my speed. Again, we've got a bit of glare of the sun in front of us, so I am adjusting my speed because of that, I've pulled my sun visor down to make it to enable me to see better. As I go around, I can see that there's the blue sign telling me there's a mini roundabout. I'm going to be following the road ahead, which is a slight turn into the right, so I am going to put my right hand indicator on this occasion. Checking vehicles to the left have got to wait for me, and I'm entering the new road from the roundabout. Just use the windscreen wipers there to clean the windscreen, just so that I'd get less of a glare from the sun. Speed limit, but I'm only doing 41, 42 miles an hour at the moment because the van ahead of me is doing the same speed. There's no point in me getting right up close to the back of that van. I just need to maintain the same speed as them, which means I've got a nice gap. Some would say that that's an excessive gap, but neither am I getting closer to them or are they getting further away from me. Change the speed to 40, I'm already doing 40, but out of habit I've just checked the rear view mirror. Okay, following the road round the corner. Although it's 40, with the sun glare in front of me and the turns, I'm not doing 40, I'm currently doing 34. Again, I've got a van in front of me, sun glare, turning, bending the road. I need to stay safe. The speed I need to be doing needs to reflect that. We've got two mini roundabouts ahead of us. Both of those roundabouts I'm turning right. So I'm going to put my right hand indicator on, change the speed to 30 miles an hour, checking my rear view mirrors, getting in the appropriate gear. Sign warning me that the road surface has failed. So again, that's going to impact on what I do, the speed I do. I'm checking to the right to make sure it's clear. It's safe for me to enter. I'm going to keep my right hand indicator on. I'm going to turn right at the next roundabout. It's safe for me to go. So on that occasion, at both roundabouts, I did not need to stop. For me to have stopped would be the wrong thing to do. Of course, sometimes you do need to stop. Rule is you need to do your observation and make the individual decision for each roundabout. I have a roundabout ahead of me, follow the road ahead here. Okay, there is no turning to the right, and you can see it opens up to two lanes here, so it's sensible for me to take a right hand lane to follow the road ahead and leave the left hand lane for people who want to turn left. Again, it was safe for me to enter that roundabout without stopping. Another sign in front of me coming up telling me that there is another roundabout. That roundabout I'm going to be following road signs for Slough, check my rear view mirrors. Now I've been told about two roundabouts on one sign. That's telling me that those roundabouts are fairly close together. So I'm not going to be surprised when I enter the new road to see the next roundabout in front of me. Left hand indicators on to tell me everybody what I'm going to be doing at this roundabout. And as I approach, checking to the right to see if I can enter without stopping. On this occasion I can. So again, there we have it, right in front of us, the next roundabout. Vehicles to the right of me are both turning left, so I don't need to stop. So again, that was another roundabout where approaching at the right speed, doing my observation, meant that I didn't need to stop. In a 30 mile an hour zone, I was told that earlier. Okay, also got street lights, and again street lights tell me it's 30 unless told otherwise. The vehicle trying to reverse out, now he's changed his mind, okay, on the left, and he's doing it again. Got my eye on it, I'm checking my rear view mirrors just in case I need to take action. On this occasion I don't. Zebra crossing, nobody's waiting to cross. Okay, but you may have spotted a little statue on the right hand side of a small boy with a high vis vest on. It's a traffic calming measure. It's to make people think twice. don't be surprised to see them around, especially where schools are. Change of speed to 40 miles an hour, checking my rear view mirrors to make sure it's safe to do so. But on this occasion there is no increase in speed because the vehicle in front of me is not. That's because of the vehicle in front of them. This roundabout, I'm going to be following the road signs for Slough. You can see there it's 1, 2, 3, third exit. It is a right-hand turn, so my right-hand indicator goes on. Check my rear view mirrors already, and I'm going to take the right-hand lane on approach. Checking the roundabout to see if it's safe to get on. On this occasion I did need to stop, but not for long. Into the roundabout, building up my speed. Again, because of the restrictions of the sun, okay, I'm moderating my speed. As I leave, I can see that the left-hand lane is closed, and that is to protect vehicle entering and exiting this petrol station on the left. Nobody's trying to leave the petrol station, so I'm checking my right-hand mirror and I'm moving over into lane 1. On that occasion I did not use my indicators to say that I was changing lanes. It wasn't necessary, there was nobody to tell. If someone looked like that they were trying to overtake me on the left-hand side, then I would have used my indicator just to make it clear to them of my intentions. Speed limit here, national speed limit for this road would be 70. It's a dual carriageway, but we have been told that it's 60. Currently doing 55. Don't need to be doing 60, and for me that feels the right speed for this stretch of road. You noticed, but I had a few vehicles in front of me put their brake lights on, so I'm ready for take action if need be. And what it is they're all waiting to turn right. Again, the sun can be a problem. Currently doing 58 miles an hour. Okay, checking my rear view mirrors, ready to take action if need be. It's not very easy to see, but I have got some road signs in front of me, so I'm checking my rear view mirrors. As I get closer I can see that that's a change of speed to 40 miles an hour. I've come off the gas and I'm letting the car slow down, and as it happens I didn't need any brake pressure there. I've got it down to 40 before I've arrived at the change of speed signs. Again, I'm checking my mirrors to see what traffic's around, see if my actions are impacting anybody behind me. Traffic lights ahead of me and they're red, so I've just come off the gas. There's no point in racing towards a red traffic light. I'm not going to gain anything. We also need to put some thought into how much fuel we use. Why do we need to consider how much fuel we use? There can be several reasons for that. One of them is it costs money, so the more fuel you use, the more you're going to be spending. It also has an impact on the environment. So if we can save fuel, we'll save money, and we'll do our little bit for the environment. Green lights, I'm checking my left and right mirror as I pull away. Of course we're 40 at the moment. I can't do 40 because of the white car in front of me. Can only maintain the same speed as them. I'm choosing the gap, they're choosing the speed. But the next set of traffic lights I'm going to need to turn right, so I'm checking my right hand mirror, sorry. There's a car overtaking me. Once he's gone past I can clearly see that the road is clear, so I've indicated and I've pulled over to the right. I haven't cancelled my indicator because at the traffic lights I want to turn right. I need everybody to know that that's what my intention is. Red light, there's a vehicle in front of me that's stopped, so I'm going to slow down. Obviously I'm waiting for a green light here, so I'm checking my left and right mirrors to make sure that there are cyclists or motorcyclists that are trying to get past me, especially when I pull away, because that could be dangerous. Checking out out the new road. I'm going to enter. It's nice and clear, so I can build up my speed. There is a warning. There is a circle sign there telling vehicles, large vehicles, they can't enter this road. Of course, being a car, it doesn't impact me. I've got a parked car on the left, and I've got a junction on the right, so I'm checking if I can go around the parked cars, and I'm checking for vehicles approaching from the right. Now, it is their job to wait for me because they haven't entered this road, but I need to be aware that people do make mistakes. So I need to be looking for those mistakes and adjusting my driving based on what I see. Again, I'm overtaking these parked cars. I'm not swerving in and out. Two reasons: it's not safe, and secondly, from here I get a better view of what's coming up down the road. So I'm going to stay where I am. All the time it's safe to do so. There's lots of opportunities there for me to pull up on the left if there was a vehicle coming towards me, but on that occasion there wasn't, so I stayed where I was, following the road round to the right. Again, I've checked my rear view mirror before I got to that corner. I've got a couple of parked cars on the left and the right. A vehicle coming towards me has pulled over to allow me to go past. Checking my mirrors again, looking for that motorcyclist. He's not there, so I'm safely going to go around these parked cars. You'll notice that I'm leaving a healthy gap between me and those parked cars. There's nothing coming towards me. There's no reason for me to be close to those parked cars. Situation here, we've got a car coming towards us. I'm going to adjust my speed so that as he gets out the way, there we go, I'm going to pull over onto the opposite side of the road to go around these parked cars. Didn't need to stop, just adjusted my speed. At the end of the road, I'm going to turn left. There's a van on the left that's going to make this challenging because I cannot see if there's a pedestrian there, so I've slowed right down. There isn't, so now I'm thinking about the junction. Oh, there's another van parked there. Is he in a queue or is he parked? No, he's parked. So I'm checking to the right to see if I can enter the road, and then I'm looking to see if I can get round this parked van. Challenging, very challenging. Again, here it's very easy for a cyclist or motorcyclist to squeeze past me on the left or the right, so I'm looking for them. Nothing's going towards me and nothing's coming from behind me, so I'm going to safely go around that van. The roundabout, I'm going to turn right. Can't put the right hand indicator on yet, but I've gone past that junction now, so I can. And I'm checking traffic to the right to see if I can get on the roundabout. It's clear, didn't need to stop, so on I go. It's a small roundabout, so I'm not really worried too much about cancelling that indicator. Should be more interested in keeping the situation safe. Now I'm on a road 40 miles an hour, building up my speed, 35, 36, 38. My eyes on the road ahead, but I'm occasionally checking the rear view mirror, see who's behind me. A car approaching from the right, stopped and waiting. He's turned towards me, he hasn't pulled across the road, but I was ready for it. A roundabout ahead, and I'm going to follow that sign for George Green. At this roundabout you could be asked to follow the road ahead or turn right. On this occasion we're going to turn right. This is Wexham Park Hospital roundabout. It is challenging. First glances it doesn't look that challenging. The issue here is that the island is small and the roundabout is large. So people approach from the right and the left and from straight ahead faster than possibly they should do. So we need to be aware of that. So I'm checking traffic coming towards me, looking, it's not safe for me to go yet. I'm waiting, I'm looking to see if I've got any blockers. Nothing there, no. Blue car paused, but there wasn't time for me to get out. This red car may give me an opportunity that just coming across the roundabout, and it does, so I'm going to get on the roundabout and round I go. Very easy to get caught out of that roundabout, and certainly it would be a roundabout that I would suggest that you familiarise yourself with. Slow on the road, so not increasing our speed. It is 40 miles an hour. We were told that before the roundabout. Because we haven't been told anything different, it is still 40 miles an hour. But not right to be going at 40 miles an hour around that corner. We've got warning triangles telling us about the bends, and we have slow on the road, and we have a warning triangle warning 25 is adequate. The white car in front of me is doing the same. A van waiting to pull out on the right and a vehicle waiting to pull across on the left. They both waited for me. It was the right thing for them to do, but I was ready. There's an ambulance coming towards me, but there's nothing for me to do. They are safely on their side of the road and do not impact me at all. Vehicles in front have slowed down, so I've adjusted my speed, maintaining a good healthy gap between me and the white car in front. Now on this occasion, I'm going to be turning left at the end of the road, and then I'm going to be turning immediately right. So I'm already thinking about both of those junctions. Obviously I've got to deal with the first one first, which is traffic lines. I'm going to put my left-hand indicator on to make it clear to everybody where I'm going to be going. But I'm now thinking about the next junction, which is the turning on the right. Now I know that I'm just about to enter a dual carriageway. So that means that as I leave these traffic lights into my new road, I am going to move immediately over to the right-hand lane to prepare for the next junction. Cancel my indicator. I've checked it's safe by looking in my mirrors, and I've moved straight into the right-hand lane, right-hand indicator on, letting everybody know why I've chosen this side of the road, and gradually approaching the traffic lights. They're currently red for me. They're green for straight ahead, but they're red for me turning right. So I'm adjusting my speed, bringing the car down to a standstill, stopping at the white line. And it's changed green on me. Quite often happens, that does. I managed to just maintain momentum of the car. Entered the new road, new speed limit, 30 miles an hour. Checking to see who followed me around that junction. Nobody did. It's not a very wide road. The white lines disappear on me down the centre of the road. So, yeah. Got a pedestrian on the left-hand side, but they're moving away from the car. And I've got a width restriction here, but the sign clearly says I have right of way. Again, it might be in a 30, but I'm currently doing 20 miles an hour. Just because it's 30 doesn't mean to say I should be doing 30. I should be looking at the road ahead, making decisions. I've got the road narrows again on me. And on this occasion, the sign says that I do not have right of way. I've checked for the motorbike behind me. There isn't one. So I'm going to move safely over, and I'm going to stay where I am to overtake this parked car as well. Of course, if there was a vehicle coming towards me, I would have waited behind the parked car. Width restriction, I'm going to turn right, so right-hand indicator's on. I'm slowing the car down, judging the gap, approaching the junction, looking left and right to see if I can enter the new road, and I can. I didn't need to stop the vehicle on that occasion because I adjusted my speed. Again, 2 warning triangles telling me the road narrows, and the round sign tells me that I do not have right of way. So I'm checking my mirrors and now looking to see if it's safe to go around. And it is. There's a car coming towards me, but I can safely negotiate that width restriction before that vehicle gets there. Again, it's not a particularly wide road. Speed limit really irrelevant here. I need to be maintaining a safe speed based on the road conditions. Sun again is causing me some problems, so again that is making me moderate my speed. There's a warning triangle just hidden there, but telling me the road narrows. And again, I don't have right of way. So checking my mirrors as I slow down. Checking my mirrors again. It's safe for me to go round, and I'm going to go round. Although that looked close, I didn't impact that black vehicle coming towards me. If you're in any doubt, you should always wait. Again, I'm following the road ahead. Warning triangle on the left telling me that there may be horses and riders around, and the sun is seriously impacting my visibility now. So, sun visors down, and I'm moderating my speed. Again, we're being told there's a school about. The road isn't wide. So again, I'm only doing 22 miles an hour at the moment. Even though we're in a 30, got a width restriction in front of us. On this occasion, we have right of way. I am checking my mirrors. I'm looking for that motorbike that may try and sneak up on my right hand side. To check for that, I'm checking the right hand mirror. Obviously people are leaving the school on the right hand side, so I've got my eyes out for those, making sure that I've got good visibility of them. And currently they are potential hazards, but I want to know if they turn into developing hazards. Traffic lights are red. We've got to keep clear here, alright, but if I don't get into that space in front of that keep clear, the chances are the traffic lights won't know I'm there. There was just room for one car there, so that's where I'm going to go. Traffic lights are just out of view of you on the camera here, but I am now waiting for the lights to change, and I am not in the keep clear. There was space for one vehicle in front of that keep clear. If you're unsure, just rewind the video a little bit and look for yourself. Just waiting for these lights to change, and I'm checking my left and right mirrors. Okay, looking out for cyclists and motorcyclists, and aware that there's a train estate on my left, and we could get cyclists or motorcyclists to approach from there, so that's on my radar. I'm looking to make sure nobody approaches from there. Again, I'm waiting for the traffic lights. Nothing I can do. Change to green, so off I go. I have to trust the traffic lights here, okay? I can't see, and obviously that's why the traffic lights are there, to make this bridge safe. Warned there's no one footpath, and that's on the left hand side here, so any pedestrians, and on the right hand side, so any pedestrians that may be around here are going to be on the road. And then we've got a width restriction. I have got right of way on this occasion, checking my right hand mirror for that motorcyclist who might be there. Parked cars on the left and on the right. It's safe for me to continue, but I have got a junction in front of me. On this occasion it's a stop junction, so that means that I have to stop. There is no point in me looking left and right at this point. I must stop at the line and then look and wait for a gap. Now, you can't see very well on this video, but the reason why there is a stop sign at that junction is, firstly, visibility to the right is very, very poor. We've also got a school that was immediately opposite us, the entrance to a school. Pedestrian crossing, light's gone red. Okay, I'm going to wait for all the pedestrians to cross. I'm looking for, I've got an amber flashing light, but I'm waiting for everybody to leave the road. Now they have. Because it was an amber flashing light, I am allowed to go. Pedestrians on the road, I'm allowing them to cross. Okay, was it a good idea for them to cross in front of me? Probably not, but the law is very clear. Once a pedestrian has stepped on the road, they have right of way. There should not be an argument to whether what they did was right or wrong. The argument should only be to keep those pedestrians safe. Got a roundabout in front of us and a change of speed to 20 miles an hour. Checking my rear view mirror as I slow the vehicle down. I've popped it into second gear. That will give me far more control at this speed, make me less reliant on the brakes, and be less likely that my speed will creep up. So I leave as a zebra crossing. I'm checking it's safe. It is. Off I go. And here I'm looking for a sign that tells me which way to go to Langley Station, and there it is on the left. Okay, and I need to turn left. Secure traffic. Is there room for me to get past between the red car? There isn't, so I'm going to wait. You will see some cars in those situations mount the curb to go around that red car. Firstly, it's illegal, and secondly, it's totally unnecessary. Approaching the traffic lights, making sure they still know they've changed on me, so I'm going to stop. Notice I stopped on the amber light there. Amber does mean stop. The only difference is that there is a bit of wording after the rule. It says you must stop unless you've already crossed the stop line, and those will be the white lines in front of us. Or to do so would be dangerous. In other words, for me to slam on the brakes might mean that I go past the stop line, which means I'll be in position, or there's a risk of the vehicle behind me running straight into the back of me. Here we've got a zebra crossing, just checking my mirrors as I slow down, looking for pedestrians. I've got change of speed in front of me, 30 miles an hour. Again, checking my mirrors before I get to them. I'm slowly going to build my speed up. Can't really build it up that much. I can see that there's another zebra crossing in front of me, and there's a pedestrian, and they're crossing. I'm just going to come off the gas, let them get all the way out the way, and now it's safe for me to go. Still only doing about 22 miles an hour. I'm going to take the next turning on the left, going under the bridge here, put my left-hand indicator on, traffic lights, but oh look, can you see? Those traffic lights aren't for me turning left. What I've got is I've got to give way. So I'm checking traffic to the right. It is clear. So around I go. Into the new road. And right now, if you were on test, you would be approaching the end of your test, because the test station's on the right there. I'm going to follow the road down to the roundabout at the end to turn round. Because although I started this video in the car park, it's not necessary for me to finish it in the car park. There's the roundabout, checking my mirrors. There's nobody about, so I'm not going to stick the indicator on. I could do, it's not a problem. There's no one to tell, so it's also no problem not using it. And I go, safely using the roundabout to turn around and come back the other way. Just looking for somewhere safe to pull up on the left. There it is. Again, nobody about to tell, so I haven't used my indicators, though it did look. And we've been out for 42 minutes. Was that a test route? No. That was more than a test route. Because in your test you would have had to have done a manoeuvre, and you would have had to have done several pull up on the lefts and then pull away again. They were junctions and roads that you could get in your test. Hope you found this video interesting and helpful. If after watching this video there are roads or junctions that you think you need to look a lot more at, then take the opportunity in your private practice to look at them, or mention it in your next lesson and we can go and visit them and discuss the concerns that you have about those junctions.